नहमदुल्लाह अला रसूल करीम जनाब शबीर देवान साहब चेयरमैन पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल, एहसान मलिक साहब CEO पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल, excellencies, ambassadors, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum and very good evening. It is indeed a great honor always for me to be amongst you. I have served most part of my political career of 34 years, dealing with you, sometime very happily, sometime in a bitter way, but we always been together. So there have been phases in our life, but our goal have been common. As Honorable Chairman said, that you are one of the one of the formal sector, contributing in a massive way in the exports and the tax revenue. So obviously we have a great regard and respect for when any government whosoever is there should actually value your contributions. So I'm sure this is a very tradition that anybody who comes, if he or she is minister, some are sitting here, Razak Daud sir, you provided a written speech. But I think I'll put it aside and I'll try to just talk heart to heart a few minutes with you. I am a very firm believer that Pakistan, has a very, very positive, future economic trajectory. I won't run you to the 3 decades I've been involved in politics, but there have been bust and boom cycles. And you have been all experiencing those cycles in your business, time. You see, it's the continuity which has been lacking most of the time, and obviously the economic stability without political stability cannot be, cannot be thought of. तो आपको last cycle याद होगा 2013 Pakistan was having the worst load shedding. 18 hours on average and 20 hours in villages, 18 hours in urban. Pakistan had highest number of hits in attention. तो उस तरफ काम शुरू हुआ है. अल्लाह करे कि इस मुल्क में स्टेबिलिटी रहे, क्योंकि पता नहीं जब भी कोई आप टेक ऑफ करने लगते हैं, अभी मैंने आपको प्राइस वाटर हाउस कूपर्स का बताया, जब भी आप टेक ऑफ करने लगते हैं something happens and the whole thing gets derailed and you became 47th economy in no more than 4 years, from 2018 to 2022. So this government actually had to, the PDM government, in fact 22-23, was basically struggling and fighting to rescue Pakistan, not to default. And alhamdulillah, that materialized. कुछ लोग कहते हैं जी को फलां चीज़ हो जाती तो शायद ये फिर भी हो जाता, ये होता. I don't believe in that. I had a firm belief. We have the plan we rolled out in the budget. I can see Shahbaz Rana sahab is sitting here and his other journalist colleagues. This ये ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है कि पाकिस्तान sustainable नहीं हो सकता, लेकिन obviously you live in the global village, you work with everybody, and that is our intention, our whole effort. And the second problem which we inherited this time, it was there last year also, but this time after the elections, February 2024, was the diplomatic isolation. Now, you were hearing that Pakistan ko koi deal nahi kar raha, Pakistan koi relevance nahi rahi, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. But it is all, I'm sure you would have been observing that it is all faded away. In 2012, when we were elected, 2 years non-permanent member of the Security Council, we just won by 1 vote. This time, we have been re-elected and we took the position 1st of January in the UN Security Council as member, 182 versus 5. You have seen that after 27 years, there is a large and very heavy event took place in Pakistan, alhamdulillah, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The number of prime ministers, almost 9, some foreign ministers and delegation came to Pakistan after 27 years, event of that size and that magnitude. अभी रिसेंटली फिर हमने सोशल सेक्टर पे फैसला किया गर्ल्स की एजुकेशन के लिए, तो you saw that we have another big international event in which 47 countries participated. So there is no more diplomatic isolation. We are focusing. A sovereign wealth fund was created in last tenure before the caretaker government came in. It's being revived, and I think there is a total misperception about Pakistan's economic viability, Pakistan future possibility. I mean, as I said, you are the leaders. You yourself, you have numbers, how much you export. So what is required is a little bit of effort. What is your problem? Pakistan is a twin deficit country, everybody knows. You have fiscal deficit, which is in rupees, and you have to manage that. Perhaps you can borrow, you can issue sovereign paper to try and raise that money, and you have external account deficit, the current CAD. So that is more serious. So I always believe that we should spend what we can afford to repay. So this has been my theme, and इस थीम पे मैंने काफ़ी कीमत भी अदा की है, ज़ाहिर में भी मैं रहा हूँ इन चीज़ों पे लड़ते तो but I have no regrets. I did it from a country, and I'll continue to do it, that wherever it is necessary to give the right opinion and talk the fact and say the truth, I will be the first one to do that, because it is a responsibility. It is our country. कितनी ज़िंदगी होगी, 70 साल, 80 साल, 100 साल, 200 साल, do something which is remembered by your future generations. तो आपने देखा कि recently in line with the 5-year development plan 2024-2029, Prime Minister has launched Udan Pakistan के नाम से एक road map, how we intend and how we plan to achieve that 5-year targets and the budgeted and the planned various benchmarks. So inshallah, I think together we have to sail this country to the right level and the right right position in the community of nation. Baki, yes, alhamdulillah, we have been tackling the challenges, and you have, I'm sure, since you have met Finance Minister and the Commerce Minister, I won't bore you with all the numbers, but surely the inflation has gone down within a year. It has come down to almost close to 5%. You have seen the policy rate has come down from 22% to 12 last night, which is a big relief. 1,000 basis points have been shed off. So I believe this was necessary for the business. हमने जो development budget रखा है वो भी it's about over 1 trillion. The last budget when it was 1 trillion was 2017. 18 का बजट था जो which I presented. उसके बाद तो हम we have never been anywhere near. So now we are again pitched the development budget, because obviously development budget आप करेंगे, invest करेंगे तो फिर GDP growth बढ़ेगी. So we got to have, लेकिन जो worrying situation है, we have to have a control over the current account deficit. अभी तो alhamdulillah it has been going very fine. We have been seeing even last year. I remember जब वो Fitch की report के बाद, then there was a very stringent management. I remember March, April, May, there was a current account surplus. So recently also the current account surplus has been going on, and the cumulative numbers of the first 6 months of this fiscal year have been very encouraging. So you see, I wish you, I'm sure you had a very long day, and you must be tired and bored, but let me assure you that government will do everything and anything possible to support the business community. It is the business is to be done by you, and government should be just giving the policies, and that is the priority of the current government under the leadership of Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. And we are in engagement with most of the business sectors. The budget process will start hopefully very soon. Generally it starts in February. So I think the detailed consultative process with all you guys and the other business leaders and the chambers and the association should start. And I will certainly suggest to my colleague, Finance Minister, that he should actively involve you, because I believe you never know what good ideas can come from your side. And I'm talking by experience. There are certain, at times, the wonderful ideas come from the from the business community, which are easy to implement and relatively more acceptable to the business community instead of being dande se har kaam nahi chalta. So these are certain things I thought that I share my views with you very frankly. So all we need is your average. If you can jack up your remittances by 10 billion, and you are already on that roadmap, by the way. And if you can increase your exports by 10 billion, and if you can reduce your imports by substitution, 10 billion, you are in business. The country is out of any crutches which time and again we have to use and borrow. So from 30 odd billion export to 60 billion, you are in business, alhamdulillah, the cycle is stopped. So this government has been focusing and trying its best to promote the atmosphere in the country, which is helpful. You have seen that Board of Investment was doing its job. I'm not saying they were not doing. I can't say I'm the founder of the Board of Investment. That was the first assignment in 1991, 1992. So, but where the things were lacking, that the idea was when I founded, originally, was the one window facilitation to the foreign direct investor and for the investment facilitation. उस वक्त मेरे साथ वो फर्स्ट सेक्रेटरी थे जी शमीम अहमद खान साहब. Most of you would have dealt with him. Later on he became Commerce Secretary with me, and then he was when I was Finance Minister, first chairman of the SECP. तो वो जो गैप है वो इतना बड़ा नहीं है, तो लेकिन उसमें ये प्रॉब्लम्स बहुत ज़्यादा शिकायत थी कि जो फैसिलिटेशन इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रमोशन के लिए या फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर को या FDI को, वो दैट इज मिसिंग. So the government decided, as you know, that we through a piece of legislation, हमने SAFC को खड़ा किया. उसमें तमाम स्टेक होल्डर्स मौजूद हैं under one roof, and I'm sure they would be helping and facilitating the business transactions. I see some people here who were in the process of bidding the national carrier. I was disappointed that they disappeared at the fake end. They should not have. Without due respect, मैं आपस में बैठे तो बात खुल के करनी चाहिए. Because he has created one more round for me, because I'm almost heading 42 committees already. So any issue there, there's a committee set up, and then Prime Minister would task me that okay, these ministers will be with you, and you try and just resolve. So the whole process was done, but somehow our dear brother changed his mind at the fake end. I don't know the reason, but I'm sure the Pakistan business community has the potential to do all these transactions themselves. You don't have to have strangers to come and do it. Look at your neighboring country. One of the conglomerate took the sick airline, Air India, and took to see what they have taken, which level now. Almost 500 aircrafts order was placed. I don't know Tabba sahab ne kitna plan kiya hua tha. But I'm not sure why it disappeared. अभी मैंने गिला किया, मैंने कहा किधर चले गए थे. So because the whole process is to restart. But our preference is that let it be Pakistani corporate sector who should lead to be involved and take interest in the privatization of PIA. As for the Islamabad airport outsourcing is concerned, आपने देखा कि we've been very stringent in our committee. Again, that committee is headed by me, and many ministers and secretaries are there. So we believe that 56%, since this is public now, I'm just sharing with you very frankly, 56%, IFC was the transaction advisor. They had thought very seriously and advised the committee and the government that it is a very big high threshold, and the reserve price we are fixing 56% of the revenue for the government, for the civil, Pakistan Airport Authority, and 44% for the operator. But somehow we saw that the process failed. It will be laid to rest hopefully by cabinet by tomorrow. But I'm giving you a better news. Certain countries are interested, even because now it's all public. What is acceptable, the minimum price by Pakistan, and that is in addition to the $50 million down payment 56% of the revenue of Islamabad Airport. This is non-aeronautical revenue. So we already have soundings and vibes that certain other players are ready. So as soon as this transaction gets complete closure, we would waste no time both on PIA and on Islamabad airport outsourcing, because आप जाएं वहाँ तो इस दूसरी एयरपोर्ट्स को देखें, एक्टिविटी है ही नहीं, and it deserves much more activity. There are no commercial properly commercial area utilized. आपको hardly वहाँ कोई एक्टिविटी नजर आती. So it should be handled by a professional operator. दुनिया में हीथ्रो अगर आउटसोर्स हो सकती है तो इस्लामाबाद एयरपोर्ट क्यों नहीं हो सकती? So we have all the 3 airports on the list. We have almost identified 24 SOEs in the first phase to be privatized. These are few ones of the 24. So inshallah together, I think किसी को कोई भी अच्छा idea हो, please do send us your ideas. हम सब का मुल्क है और सब ने इस मुल्क को, मैं जैसे अर्ज किया कि मेरा तो बहुत strong faith है कि हमारे इंशाअल्लाह हमें अल्लाह ताला ये तौफीक देंगे कि हम इस मुल्क को इसकी जहाँ सही इसकी पोजीशन बनती है कॉम्पिटिटिव नेशंस को लेके जाएं. एंड आई बिलीव कि इट्स नॉट डिफिकल्ट एट ऑल. ऑन द वन साइड इज $130 billion liability, on the other side यानी proven very effective work has been done, and the estimates are very credible. 10,000 billion of reserves of the items I have counted a few minutes ago. So 10 trillion versus 130 billion. मैं वैसे भी लाइटर नोट पे मैं लोगों को कहता हूँ कि कभी पता है कि बिजनेस दोस्तों को कहता था लास्ट ईयर, पता है निका का कितना है, तो आप तो इतना घबरा गए हो, कहते नहीं वो हमसे तो बेहतर है. मैं कहती 109% डेट टू GDP. मैं कहा यूके आफ्टर कोविड ओवर 100% डेट टू GDP. जापान 257% डेट टू GDP. Pakistan, I left at 63%. When I came back, it was 73%. We again managed to bring it down to around 71. So घबराने की बात नहीं है. Together we have to take this country to the right position, and inshallah I think it's not too far away when Pakistan will be seeing the growth and the economic prosperity which I think we all feel, pray and deserve. Thank you very much indeed, Pakistan.